Hi, I am Nasir from Freelancer and Programming Tips and Tricks, and in today's tutorial we will learn about HTML attributes. HTML attributes provide additional information about the HTML elements. Attributes are always specified in the start tag. For example, we always write HTML tag as a start tag, HTML content, and end tag. The HTML attribute is always written in the start tag. For example, attributes or these attributes come in name value pairs, like name is equal to double quotation mark and value. It's called attribute. Let's take an example. You open the notepad and some code copy paste here. In this example I have written a language attribute. lang is equal to double quotation en -us. The first two letters specify the language, which is English, and if there is a dialect, for example one language used in many countries, then you should also specify the country name with two more letters, like we use two more letters US. This is the lang attribute. The next attribute is the title attribute. Let's take another paragraph. The next attribute is the href attribute. HTML links are defined with the a tag. The link address is specified in the href attribute. So let's take an href attribute here, a href. I take the link to my website, and let's close here. Let's save it and see in the browser. Save it like attribute.html, all files, and at desktop we save it. Let's see in the browser. So we can see that it is showing two paragraphs, 101 paragraph, and we also provide a link, but forget to give it text or image. We write this is my website, so this text will show at browser. So here is the link to my website, and we use their href attributes, and if we click this link, this will go to my website. So this is href attribute. The next attribute is size attribute. HTML images are defined with the img tag, and file name of the source, src, and the size of the image, that is width and height, are all provided as attributes. So let's take an example. We take image tag, img src. We give here the source of the image, and the source is logo.jpg, which is you can also see a desktop, which is here. So I give it the source, and then we also give it size, that is width and height. Let's take its width 250, and there it should be in the double quotation mark, and its height should be, let's 250, and we close the image tag. Now the 250 means the image should be 250 pixels wide. So we just try 250, it means 250 pixels. Now let's see in the browser. Here it is showing displaying the image which I give in the code. So the next attribute is the alt attribute. It means alternative text about the image. If sometimes our internet speed is slow, then images will not display correctly. So this text will always show at our browser or our website. So this is our logo. So we give alternate text as alternative our logo. And I suggest always use lowercase attributes because the HTML5 standard does not require lowercase attributes names. So we can write every attribute as lowercase or as uppercase. For example, src, we write it as uppercase, save it, let's run the browser, and you can see it is still showing the same and correct image. So we can also use lowercase as well as uppercase letters as attributes, but the lowercase is most common. Lowercase is easier to type, so always use the lowercase to write the attributes or HTML code. One more thing is about title. If we give title to the paragraph, then it will when we move the cursor on that paragraph, then it will show as tooltip. Let's save this page and run in the browser. Move the cursor on the paragraph, then you can see that it is showing the tooltip. So this is the title attribute for the paragraph. And one more thing is we always just quote attribute values. For example, if we remove the quotation marks from href, then it will still work correctly. Refresh, and you can see it is still working correctly. So it is not a good way. So we should always use the double or single quotation marks to use href attributes or other attributes. For example, sometimes we use single quotation marks and sometimes we use the double quotation marks. What is the difference in between two quotation marks? There is no much difference between them. For example, we take an example. So here we take an example which is using two quotation marks. Where the HTML attribute take the double quotation mark, then we use the single quotation mark at outside of that text. And in other side, when the HTML attribute use a single quotation mark inside paragraph or something some our text, then we use the double quotation mark at outside of that text. This is about the single and double quotation marks. These are the HTML attributes, and in the next tutorial we will learn more about the other HTML tutorials. Take care till the next tutorial.